Welcome to episode 56 of your CYSA Plus Prepcast. Today we explore one of the foundational practices in cybersecurity operations: asset discovery in the wild. Before any meaningful vulnerability management, risk assessment, or incident response can occur, cybersecurity analysts must have a clear understanding of what assets they are protecting, whether those assets are physical servers in a data center, virtual machines in a cloud platform, or unknown devices quietly connected to the network. Discovering and inventorying them accurately is essential. This episode will guide you through core concepts, tools, and techniques related to asset discovery, helping you prepare for the CYSA Plus exam while equipping you for real-world cybersecurity challenges that depend on visibility and control. Let us begin by clearly defining what asset discovery means. Asset discovery is the process of identifying and inventorying all digital and physical components connected to an organization's infrastructure. This includes hardware like servers, switches, and laptops, as well as software systems, cloud instances, applications, and even services or devices operating without formal approval. A complete asset inventory gives analysts a full picture of their security landscape, allowing them to detect vulnerabilities, enforce security policies, and respond to threats more effectively. Without this initial step, any downstream cybersecurity effort becomes fragmented and unreliable. Asset discovery is more than just an administrative task. It is the cornerstone of sound cybersecurity. Before analysts can secure a device or system, they must know that it exists. Unaccounted-for assets introduce blind spots in security posture, giving attackers potential footholds that go unmonitored. By discovering every component connected to organizational networks, analysts ensure there are no hidden risks left unmanaged. This visibility supports everything from patching and vulnerability scanning to compliance audits and incident response workflows. One of the most common methods for conducting asset discovery is through network scanning. Analysts use tools like Nmap, Angry IP Scanner, or Advanced IP Scanner to detect active hosts, open ports, and running services on a network. These tools perform scans that probe network segments to identify devices by their responses to various queries or connection attempts. Once identified, each asset can be documented in an inventory system, along with details such as IP address, host ham, operating system, and services in use. This scanning technique forms the foundation for more advanced discovery and vulnerability assessment activities. Device fingerprinting is an essential complement to scanning during asset discovery. While scanning may identify that a device is present, fingerprinting allows analysts to determine exactly what kind of device it is. This includes identifying the operating system version, hardware type, installed software, and network stack behavior. Techniques such as TCP/IP stack analysis or service banner inspection help analysts categorize assets accurately. This level of detail is necessary for determining which vulnerabilities may apply to a device and for configuring appropriate security controls or monitoring parameters. Modern organizations rely heavily on automated discovery tools to streamline the asset inventory process. These tools often include network management systems, endpoint monitoring agents, vulnerability scanners, and cloud management platforms. Automated tools continuously monitor for new devices, changes in configurations, or devices going offline. They not only detect and inventory assets, but also categorize and tag them, ensuring the inventory remains current without requiring constant manual input. This automation is critical for maintaining visibility in large or dynamic environments. Passive asset discovery techniques involve observing network behavior without sending active probes. Analysts use passive methods to analyze data from sources such as DHCP logs, ARP tables, DNS records, and traffic captured by monitoring tools. This approach allows analysts to detect assets that communicate on the network, even if those assets do not respond to active scans. Passive discovery is especially useful in sensitive environments where active probing could disrupt operations or alert potential adversaries to the presence of monitoring systems. Active asset discovery, in contrast, involves deliberate probing of network devices to solicit responses that reveal their presence and configuration. Analysts use this technique to rapidly gather detailed data about the assets on a network. While highly effective, active scanning must be carefully scheduled to avoid impacting performance or causing alarms in tightly controlled environments. Some devices may be configured to react negatively to scans, while others may generate alerts if probed unexpectedly. Careful planning, risk assessment, and coordination with system owners help ensure effective scanning without negative side effects. Cloud environments introduce new challenges and complexities to asset discovery. Analysts must account for virtual servers, containers, platform services, storage buckets, and ephemeral resources that can appear and disappear quickly. Cloud providers like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud offer specialized tools and APIs to help analysts query and catalog assets within those ecosystems. Integration with these cloud network tools ensures that cloud resources are not excluded from the asset inventory and that discovery efforts reflect the full hybrid environment. Shadow IT is a critical focus in asset discovery efforts. Shadow IT refers to devices, applications, or services used within the organization without official approval. These may include personal laptops, unauthorized mobile devices, free-tier cloud services, or third-party applications used by employees. Analysts must proactively identify and assess these assets, as they often bypass formal security reviews and introduce significant risk. Discovering shadow IT allows organizations to enforce security policies uniformly and eliminate unauthorized pathways into the network. Another important area of asset discovery involves mapping third-party vendor connections and supply chain components. Organizations often interface with external partners, suppliers, or managed service providers that have access to systems or data. Analysts map these external relationships and monitor interfaces such as VPN gateways, API endpoints, and cloud-based collaboration tools. Understanding which external entities connect to internal systems helps analysts assess the security posture of those connections and identify potential risks introduced through the supply chain. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are more security courses on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Once assets have been identified, the next step involves integrating that information into a centralized management solution. Analysts use asset management systems to consolidate data from discovery tools, manual inputs, and automated feeds. This central repository becomes the single source of truth for all asset information, including system configurations, patch levels, ownership details, and criticality. Centralized asset inventories help security teams maintain visibility, avoid duplication, and simplify the process of applying security controls. They also support auditing, compliance tracking, and efficient incident response, as analysts can quickly determine which assets are impacted by an event. A well-maintained inventory must also include asset classification. Analysts apply standardized categories to group assets based on their role, sensitivity, and exposure level. For example, an organization may label customer databases as sensitive data repositories, web servers as public-facing assets, and development tools as internal resources. These classifications help prioritize scanning efforts, apply appropriate security policies, and determine remediation urgency when vulnerabilities are discovered. Classification also aids in segmenting the network and enforcing access controls based on asset function and risk profile. Information gathered during asset discovery directly informs how vulnerability scans are conducted. By knowing the operating system, application stack, and configuration of each asset, analysts can select the most effective scanning techniques and tools. This targeted approach increases scan efficiency and reduces the likelihood of false positives. It also helps identify gaps in scanning coverage and ensures that newly discovered assets are included in future assessment. Detailed asset profiles lead to better informed vulnerability analysis and stronger overall risk management. To maintain situational awareness, analysts configure their asset discovery tools to generate real-time alerts. These alerts notify the team when a new asset appears on the network, when an asset's configuration changes unexpectedly, or when a device goes offline without warning. This level of automation enables faster response to potentially unauthorized devices or misconfigured systems. Analysts can investigate immediately, verify the legitimacy of the asset, and take appropriate action. Real-time notifications help reduce the window of opportunity for attackers, who may attempt to exploit newly introduced systems. Scheduled rediscovery scans are critical for ensuring that the asset inventory remains current. As organizations evolve, systems are added, decommissioned, or modified. By performing routine rediscovery scans, typically weekly, monthly, or quarterly, analysts detect changes that could otherwise go unnoticed. These scans reveal configuration drift, unauthorized installations, or forgotten systems that might still be active but unmanaged. Including rediscovery in the operational calendar ensures that visibility is sustained over time and that security efforts remain aligned with the actual state of the infrastructure. In addition to direct scanning, continuous network monitoring and log analysis supplement the asset discovery process. Analysts review logs from DHCP servers, DNS activity, firewall events, and traffic flow data to detect devices communicating on the network. Even if an asset does not respond to traditional scanning techniques, it may leave fingerprints in the logs or traffic patterns. This passive form of discovery complements active methods and helps analysts identify assets that are transient, stealthy, or otherwise difficult to detect. It also strengthens detection of rogue devices or shadow systems. Strong documentation practices are essential for maintaining effective asset discovery programs. Analysts document scanning methods, tool configurations, fingerprinting techniques, and classification criteria. They also outline procedures for onboarding new assets, decommissioning outdated systems, and handling exceptions. This documentation provides consistency, ensures that all team members follow the same standards, and supports compliance requirements. During audits or post-incident reviews, thorough documentation demonstrates that the organization maintains robust visibility and accountability over its digital environment. Collaboration plays a vital role in successful asset discovery efforts. Cybersecurity teams must coordinate with IT, development, operations, and business units to gather accurate asset data. For example, developers can provide insight into cloud infrastructure deployments, while operations personnel may identify industrial control systems or facility networks. Business leaders help define which systems are most critical to operations. This collaboration ensures that no asset category is overlooked, and that inventory data reflects the true complexity of the organization. Establishing robust security configurations depends on the accuracy of asset discovery. Analysts use the inventory to apply baseline configurations, enforce hardening standards, and monitor for deviation from expected settings. For instance, if a new server is detected, analysts verify that it conforms to the approved security template for that asset class. Consistency in configuration across the environment reduces the attack surface and simplifies monitoring. By identifying assets quickly and applying standardized protections, analysts ensure a strong foundation for further security operations. Like all other cybersecurity processes, asset discovery must evolve through continuous improvement. Analysts review feedback from audits, examine lessons learned during security incidents, and evaluate how new tools or methods might enhance coverage or efficiency. They also stay informed about trends in network architecture, such as containerization, serverless computing, and edge devices, which introduce new discovery challenges. By refining discovery processes regularly, organizations maintain an up-to-date understanding of their infrastructure and remain prepared to respond to both routine operations and emerging threats. To summarize episode 56, asset discovery in the wild is a fundamental responsibility of every cybersecurity analyst. From identifying traditional servers to uncovering unauthorized shadowed IT, a complete and accurate asset inventory provides the foundation for vulnerability management, risk reduction, and compliance. Effective asset discovery enables proactive security, helps maintain control over dynamic environments, and ensures that analysts are never operating blindly. Mastering this practice will support your CySA Plus exam preparation and position you to make meaningful contributions in real-world cybersecurity operations. Stay tuned as we continue your detailed journey towards CySA Plus certification success. Thanks for listening. To learn more about cybersecurity, please visit baremetalcyber.com. There you will find best-selling books, videos, and even more free cybersecurity training courses. Please subscribe to the Prepcast and our various podcasts. And thanks for listening.